Hi, I'm Brianna Horsley, and I'm here with Mr. Ruckle from the Career and Tech Center, and he's going to give you some information about going back to school. Can students still take classes at the Career and Tech Center that include labs?
Yes. At this moment, we plan to keep most of our programs exactly the same as they were. Well, most of the courses, we're going to move the introduction, the safety, the things we can do online. We're going to move those to the front of the programs. We'll be using PLP for all of our courses except for carpentry and welding. Those two courses we'll be using Career Connections, which is through the Carpenters Union. It'll also be online for the first 9 weeks. So those instructions will be going out as well as the PLP instructions. And another question that people have asked about these courses, will they still be duly credited through Maysville Community College? And the answer to that is yes. We'll be sending out information soon on how to get your dual credit application filled out and turned in.
Will students still participate in the lab portion of their class?
Students are always very nervous and excited to complete their labs, and that's one question I've been getting is, can I still take carpentry, can I still take welding, and still get to do the things in the shop or the lab that we usually normally do. As I mentioned already, the introduction safety, the things that we can do online, we'll try to move first. But if possible, what we'll be doing later on in the 9 weeks is we'll be bringing small groups of students in, no more than 8 probably at a time. Of course, we'll follow all regulations, guidelines, social distance, temperature checks, and other things. But those small groups can come in, for example, in welding. We bring in 8 to 10 students. They can basically practice their welding, go over some things that they were struggling with the online portion. It's basically like a tutor setup, but it's hands-on tutoring. This is not mandatory. It is not required that students come in and do this. It is completely optional. Those students who do come in will have to have their own transportation. We will not be providing transportation for this. And as always, once we go back to in-person, everything will go back to the normal as far as labs. We'll go back to as normal as we can.
Is co-op still going to be offered to students?
Co-ops is a very critical and important course for a lot of our students. This is where they're getting the job experience, the hands-on, so to be. So yes, we will be offering this, but you must make sure that your employer is still going to allow you to be in their facility. So anyone with co-op on their schedule needs to contact their employer, whoever they're working with, or if the school is going to set up that co-op, then they need to work through the school for that. But what you need to do if you're doing co-op is you will need to call the Career and Tech Center at any time at 796-6106. You will need to set up a time to meet with Ms. Wilbur. Ms. Wilbur will be in charge of co-op this year, and she's going to do appointments the week of September the 8th through the 11th, so that's next week. So you'll need to call 796-6106 to set up an appointment with Ms. Wilbur. Once you start the 9 weeks, then once a month, you'll be required to turn in your evaluation from your employer, as well as a copy of your timesheets.
And again, I'm Brianna Horsley, reminding you to always wash your hands, don't touch your face, and wear a mask when you cannot social distance. If you have any more questions for Mr. Ruckle, you can email him at jeremy.ruckle@lewis.kyschools.us.